Baraka Israel, Baha Shem, Yahushai, all praises, glory to Yahweh, Hallelujah, praise Yahweh, may Rakah Yahweh rest upon you. And what I'm getting into and touch on this lunch break is conspiracy theories. Because see, through the media, y'all has a false ideology concerning conspiracy theories as it being not true, despite of what you've seen in the media. You understand me? I'm gonna give you an example. Say like in Chicago and in California, you have irregularities, however you say it, in the voting. You had dead people voting and you have mail-in ballots where people voting 3 and 4 times, right? See, so when you go into the TikTok videos and when you go into the personally on the streets, you can see that you can vote 3 and 4 times in different districts in a blue state like California and Chicago. You understand me? But yet through the media they tell you that that's a conspiracy theory and it's not true despite it being shown into your face. You understand me? It is what it is. You can see the replacement of the American voters for the immigrant votes. You can see it happening in Chicago, where the black people are still in poverty, yet the immigrants come and they reap all the benefits. In return, they vote Democrat. You understand me? Because see, understand the Democratic agenda is concerning those immigrants. Because see, the Democrat need permanent voters. You understand me? And they're going to be exploited for cheap labor. Because see, black people here in America, they want $40, $50 an hour. So therefore, ain't no company going to pay you $25, $30 an hour. They rather pay an immigrant $15 under the table. So therefore, the black man is out of a job. See, y'all don't understand the political game, the way how it's being played. Because see, the immigrants and the African Americans here in America are being exploited. You understand me? But yet y'all not able to see it because through the media presented as it being not true. Despite conspiracy theories are true. Because see, understand conspiracy theories is the part of man. Meaning that conspiracy is the physical nature of man. You understand me? Because see, understand, conspiring it's a United States law. You understand me? It's a misdemeanor, like jaywalking. You understand me? But yet it's a United States law, and it means like two or more gather together to commit an illegal act. Now you can commit a righteous legal act, and you can commit an illegal act. You can come together and commit a righteous act, or you can come together and commit an illegal act. You understand me? In this case, and how it's used on a daily basis is illegal acts. You understand me? See, so understand conspiracy is a United States law. It's when two or more gather together to commit an illegal act. And both private and in public office, mankind as a whole practice conspiracy. You understand me? That's why this game, political game, is not about skin color. Racism don't exist. It's just that y'all not able to see the schemes. Y'all not able to recognize the weapons that are used in this war. You understand me? Because again, conspiracy is the foundational structure of this war. Do you understand me? And both private and public practice this affairs. You understand me? Practice these acts. You understand me? Because it's the physical nature of man. You understand me? It's the part of life. The Bible calls it the works of the flesh. Let's go to Galatians. Let me get Galatians 9 right quick. No, not Galatians. Shalaki. Let me get Galatians 5 and 19 right quick. Galatians chapter 5 verse 19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lavishness, idolatry, witchcraft, wrath. Verse 21, envying, murderers, drunkards, and you can add conspiracy to that. Because that means, again, two or more come together to commit that illegal act. And that legal act is what we call the works of the flesh. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me get to the book of Genesis, because see, this is not about skin color, because see, black and white conspire against each other. The black man conspired against his own nation and the government to commit illegal acts. That's why you got robbery, murdering, etc. Same thing with the white man. You understand me? The white man defraud and conspired to defraud the system and its own nation. You understand me? The white man defraud the black man. The black man defraud the white man. See, understand, this game is not about skin color. See, skin color and racism is the philosophical issue. You understand me? Racism is a political weapon. I told you we are in a war. You understand me? And racism is a tool. It's a political weapon. It's weaponized. You understand me? Let me get Genesis 4 and 8 right quick. Genesis chapter 4 verse 8. And Cain talked with Abel his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel his brother and slew him. Now, it said it came to pass, meaning that as time progressed, as time came down to an end, he contemplated. So he conspired within himself to kill his own brother. You understand me? Let's go to the book of Acts. Let me get Acts 23. Let me get it. Acts I'm gonna get Acts 23 and 12, and then let me go into the book of Mark. Let me get Mark the I think what, Mark 14. I'm gonna get 14 to 10. Acts 23 verse 12. And when it was day, certain of the Jews band together and bound themselves under a curse, saying that we would neither eat nor drink till they had killed Paul. And they were more than 40 which had made this conspiracy. And they came to the chief priests and the elders and said, we have bound ourselves under a curse, that we will not eat nothing until we have slain Paul. You understand me? See, so you have two or more gathered together to commit that illegal act. You understand me? Mark chapter 14 verse 10. And Judas Iscariot, one of the 12, went unto the chief priests to betray him unto them. And when they heard it, they were glad and promised to give him money. And he sought how he might conveniently betray him. See, so understand that conspiracy ain't nothing new. That is the works of the flesh. That is the physical nature of man. That is a part of life. Life is surrounded by conspiracy theories. You understand me? Conspiracy theories are true because, see, understand conspiracy theories is what we know as the imagination of man. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand. Now, theories definition varies depending on the context. Meaning that, say like you got scientific theories, right? Because see, understand, theories are supported by facts. You understand me? Now, in this case, when we use theories on a daily basis, it's concerning speculation. You understand me? But understand that theory varies. But it's basically how we use it, it's a speculation. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Say like the rapture theory, right? Now, although you have the scripture that says one in the field, two was on the rooftop and one was taken. And then another scripture says that those that are alive, that alive and remain, will be caught up in the air. You understand me? And the Bible speaks about the elect. You understand me? See, so when you put those scriptures together, you assume that he's talking about a rapture theory. But yet, understand the rapture theory is not true. There is no such thing as a rapture when it comes to the Hebrew scriptures. You understand me? See, y'all have to understand, you got the Hebrew scriptures, and then you got the religious doctrines of man. You understand me? And today's religion are based on philosophical views based on the Greek and Roman philosophers. See, the doctrines that y'all are in are not based on the book of Torah or based on biblical prophecy. You understand me? See, so therefore y'all fall victim because y'all lack understanding in what you worshiping, because you don't understand what you're looking at when you watch the media outlets. You understand me? Because you don't understand this political war, this spiritual war. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand theories, right? It's supported by facts, and here you have the speculation. Okay, I'm giving an example. Say like you walk into a room, right? And you'll speculate that you see some people over there in the corner gossiping, whispering, right? So you assume that they talking about you, right? Now, can they be talking about you? Yes. Can they be talking about you? No. You don't know. You just assume. You just speculate. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so understand that the speculation is basically the imagination of man. Let me go into the Apocrypha. I'm going into the Apocrypha and Ecclesiasticus, and I'm gonna get 3. I'm gonna get 3, and I'm gonna go down to verse 24, but I'm gonna start at 23. Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shown unto thee than men understand. See, so I'm not curious into all these matters of what's taking place politically. See, understand, I'm heavy into politics because I was taught politics and religion in the Bible. You understand me? But I'm not worried on what's taking place with my Donnie. I'm not worried about these elections that you all people lack understanding, and you put these wicked people in the power. You understand me? Because see, at the end of the day, scriptures has to be fulfilled. Biblical prophecy is being fulfilled. So I'm not worried about what's taking place politically. Why? Because I understand the political game. I understand the terminology. I understand this war. You understand me? Due to the fact that I was taught. You understand me? Because see, go back to Daniel 12 and 4. This book is closed. You can open it today. You can read it tomorrow. You can read it at night. You can read it on the weekends. At the end of the day, prophecies are closed because they're going to play out astronomically and politically. And you have to be taught these events because they intertwine. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so y'all have to learn to understand what y'all truly worshiping. Do you understand me? Let me read that again. Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 23. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are shown unto thee than men understand. And why I'm not into what's going on with Madani, what's going on with Kathy Hochul and Nevada and Gavin Newsom, no, I'm not worried about it. Why? Because they agenda. See, I know the Republican agenda and I know the Democratic agenda. You understand me? It is what it is. And their agendas and their legislation speak for themselves. You understand me? Okay, put like this here. You practice what you preach. You understand me? It is what it is. You can have a lot of knowledge, but you only gonna believe and teach what you believe in. Do you understand me? It is what it is. See, so you have to understand that their policies and their regulations and in their speech is going to show who they are. You understand me? So I'm not curious in all these matters yet, because I understand that this world is coming to a close. Because see, understand, conspiracy is an act of war. The modern terminology for this war is called the New World Order. Just like you got World War I and World War II was concerning the unification of Roman Empire, nationalism, patriotism. You understand me? See, so understand the wars that's going on today goes back into the biblical scriptures, because history repeats itself. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let's finish up. Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 24. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. See, so their own vain opinion, and they deceived by the physical nature, because you deceive your own self, because your own philosophical views. What's the Ghetto Boy song? What it is? My mind is playing tricks on me. You understand me? What does scripture say? Man is tempted when he's attempted to his own self, meaning that you are tempted by the own lustful desires of the physical nature. You understand me? See, ain't no such thing as an angel devil. You understand me? The devil is the physical nature of man. The devil is deceitfulness. See, y'all have to understand all these make believe, all this and nothing but idolization that y'all are into. You understand me? Because all these religious doctrines go back to the folk tales of the Sumerians. You understand me? And the Sumerians spilled over to the Babylonians. And from the Babylonians, it's here to this day. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See? So understand that many are deceived by their own opinion and their own thoughts. You understand me? And their own thoughts is what we know as the imagination of man. Let me go into the book of Barak, and the Apocrypha. Let me get Barak, I think what, chapter 1, and let me go down to verse 22. Barak, chapter 1, verse 22. But every man followeth the imagination of his own wicked heart, to serve strange gods, to do evil in the sight of the Lord our God. See, so every man follow his imagination. Go back to Genesis 6 and 5, when Yahweh saw that the wickedness of man was great, the imagination was wicked continuously. You understand me? That wickedness is what we know as the imagination of man. That suspicion, that opinion, that speculation. It's the imagination of man. And the imagination of man is wicked because, see, understand, you got philosophical thoughts and you got divine thoughts. Do you understand me? Let me get Jeremiah. Let me go to the book of Jeremiah. I think what, Jeremiah 18. And let me get 12. Jeremiah chapter 18, verse 12. And they said, there is no hope, but we will walk after our own devices. We will everyone do the imagination of his evil heart. See, they're going to do the imagination of his evil heart. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me get, let's go back in the Apocrypha. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus. Let's go back to Ecclesiasticus. Let me get 37. And let me get, let me get 3. Yeah, let me get Ecclesiastes 37 and 3. Ecclesiastes chapter 37, verse 3. O wicked imagination, listen. O wicked imagination. Why is it wicked? The imagination is wicked because it's the physical nature of man, and the physical nature of man is corrupt. So therefore, the imagination of man is wild and wicked. You understand me? The physical nature of man, its thoughts and its ideology, its philosophical views. See, y'all have to understand this game. Y'all don't understand this game. So y'all fall victim in idolization and die outside of your faith. Ecclesiastes 37, verse 3. O wicked imagination, whence camest thou, and to cover the earth with deceit? And to cover the earth with deceit. Why? Because go back into Genesis, as women began to multiply wickedness, the imagination of man began to multiply, began to grow, to where Yahweh saw the wickedness of man, because his heart was wickedness, imagination was evil. Evil and wickedness is outside of the commandments. Now, even though the commandments did not exist at this time, yet the physical nature is against the commandments. You understand me? Because see, when the commandments came in, the commandments is divine. Matter of fact, let me go into the book of let me get into Romans 7 right quick. And let me go down to verse 14. Romans chapter 7, verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am sold under sin, and we are sold under sin, meaning that we were born in a sinful, corruptible nature. Go back to Psalms 51 and 5. In iniquity did my mother conceive me. You understand me? I will conceive in iniquity. Do you understand me? See, so we was born with a sinful nature after Adam. Because see, Adam was made from the material matters of the earth, right? But yet that material matters multiply. You understand me? See, so that multiplication is still here to this day. You understand me? See, so understand that we are at war. And conspiring is an act of war. You understand me? It is what it is. It's when two or more gather together to commit illegal act. And the government commit illegal acts on American people all the time. It's just that y'all not able to see through the agenda and the media present it as it not being true. You understand me? But yet, when you go beyond the agenda, you can see and understand that America is going into slavery. You understand me? That America is going to fall to socialism and to communism. That's how you get up the Antichrist. You understand me? See, so understand this war that we are in are steps towards the Antichrist. Now, the Antichrist is not going to rule the whole goddamn world because I did a video about that. The Antichrist is somebody, a politician that's going to be voted into office in America, and they do not believe in God. Kamala Harris, LeBron James, who else? Not Barack. Barack is Muslim. Who else? Japal. She don't believe in God. You have a lot of politicians that are Democrats. They don't believe in God. You understand me? They use God as a title, but yet they don't believe in God. They believe in the philosophical nature of man. You understand me? See, I told y'all, you have to understand this war that we are in. You understand me? It is what it is. And this war goes back into the Bible because this war ain't nothing new. Conspiracy ain't nothing new. You understand me? It's the works of the flesh. It's the part of life. And this practice is still here to this day. So this game is not about skin color. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so that's what y'all have to learn and understand. That you know what I'm saying? That conspiracy theory is an act of war, and we are in that war. And again, that war is known today, modern, as the New World Order. Because you see, understand, the old world order is a religion. Do you understand me? And man been conspiring against God since the beginning. That's why conspiracy ain't nothing new. You understand me? Matter of fact, let me go into the book of Ezekiel. Let me get 28 and 15 right quick. Ezekiel 28, verse 15. Thou wast made perfect in thy ways from the day that thou wast created until iniquity was found in thee. And who he talking about? He's not talking about no devil, no Lucifer, no angel. See, all that ain't nothing but religious gossip, religious ideology. You understand me? It is what it is. The devil is the physical nature of man. Do you understand me? Y'all have to understand biblical prophecy. Let's read that again. Ezekiel 28, verse 15. Thou wast perfect in thy way from the day that thou wast created until iniquity was found in them. And that iniquity was pride. You understand me? Because see, understand, man's eyes became open, so man became God. You understand me? Let me get let's go back into the book of Genesis, the 3rd chapter, and let's get Genesis 3, and let's go to verse 22. Genesis chapter 3, verse 22. And the Lord Yahweh said, Behold, the man become as one of us, to know good and evil. See, so the man become God too. In the, that what Yahweh Shai say in the scriptures. Ain't it in your scriptures that ye are called gods? We are gods to know good from evil. You understand me? Now God, the title of God is a supreme being with supernatural powers. And man does have supernatural powers through idolization. You understand me? Through legislations and policies. You understand me? How I know that it's a fact? Because you vote. They tell you who to vote for. They tell you what to watch. And they tell you what you can do. And they tell you what you can't do. Now tell me the government don't have no powers over you. And the government is man. Because y'all have to understand 666. because 6 is the carbon. 6 is the elements of this earth. See, y'all really don't know the Bible. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Listen to what Yahweh Shai say. Let me get Luke 10 and 18. Luke chapter 10, verse 18. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. See, so Satan, lightning fall from heaven because man was kicked out of the garden. You understand me? It is what it is. You understand me? Man walked with God. He walked amongst the stars. He walks amongst gold. Because see, in this planet Earth, you got gold, you got material, you got resources. In those asteroids, in those comets, you got gold, material, iron. You understand me? Some planets produce diamonds and gold. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so y'all have to learn and understand what y'all worshiping. And man been conspiring against God throughout the beginning. You understand me? Let me get let me go to Revelations 12 and 7 right quick. Revelations chapter 12 verse 7. And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. And they prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast into the earth, and his angel was cast out with him. And what he talking about is idolization. Because when you go back into the constellation of Orion, you have a group of stars. You understand me? See, so when you go back to religion to this day, whether it's Christianity, Islam, or the Abrahamic religion, you can see the planet worship taking place. Christians worship the sun, and then they worship Saturn, because Saturn is the Lord of the Rings. You understand me? See, so y'all have to understand what y'all worshiping, because see, a lot of y'all is in idolization despite of the religious teachings. Y'all believe in God, y'all believe in titles, but when it comes to know and understanding biblical prophecy, when you watch these media outlets, y'all fall victim and die in idolization. You understand me? Y'all end up worshiping them. Y'all end up having the mark of the beast. Why? Because your mind, your heart, and soul is on the physical nature. You understand me? Your thoughts, your heart, everything. So y'all have to understand 666. See, so I'm gonna break all this down, and I break all this down throughout all my videos. You understand me? It is what it is. I guarantee you for a fact that you get an understanding when you watch my videos, when you watch the media outlets, because you're gonna know what AOC and Bernie Sanders is about. You understand me? See, America never experienced socialism. The Cubans, the Colombians, the Venezuelans, they felt the effects of socialism. Why you think they come to America? But yet American black people is stupid. They lack understanding of politics, so they vote for socialism. So what happened is that these immigrants is going to go back to their own home country. Why? Because socialism no longer exists like that. Why? Because they changed regimes, and the Democrat is a regime. You understand me? See, so once Cuba become not communist, then the Cuba's gonna go back. They're gonna go back to their own hometown, and the American people, the so-called African American, is going to be without. When you go into Lamentations 4, because see, y'all vote for these people, but not understanding the end result is slavery. Why? Because the government know who you are as a nation, as a people. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand, man been at war since the beginning. Let me go into Genesis. Let me get 10 and 9, and then let me go over a chapter to 11 and 4. Genesis chapter 10 verse 9. And he was a mighty hunter before the Lord, Even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord, meaning that he was against the Lord because he hunted souls, because you have idolization. You understand me? That took place from the beginning in the days of Seth. You understand me? See, so the book of Enoch is basically based upon the book of Sumerians. You understand me? But he goes back into idolization. Let's go back into Wisdom of Solomon. I think what Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter. Let's go back to 14 and then let me go down to 12. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14 in the Apocrypha. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, verse 12. For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them the corruption of life. For neither were they from the beginning, neither shall they be forever. For by vainglory of men they enter into the world, and therefore shall they come shortly to an end. Because you have idolization. It's here in the beginning, here in the end, and it's still here. Because see, the idolization falls under conspiracy, right? Because they came together to conspire against Yahweh God by worshiping creation. You understand me? They conspire against Yahweh God, and they worship the doctrines and the commandments of man, like democracy. You understand me? Communism and socialism. All those are philosophical views of man. They have no relation to the Hebrew scriptures. Do you understand me? See, so understand we are in this war, and this war has been played out throughout history. See, so conspiracy theories ain't nothing new. You understand me? It is what it, hey, it is what it is. Because see, understand this war that we are in, modern terminology, is the New World Order. Now, this New World Order versus the Old World Order. Now, this New World and the Old World, this war goes back into the Greek and the Persian. You understand me? Because history repeats itself. You understand me? See, so you have religion and philosophy today. You have religion and you have what we know as Marxism. Marxism is philosophical. Wait, Marxism is a political economic theory. It's a world political economic theory. And the world economic theory to Marxism is socialism. You understand me? Communism and bureaucracy what communism and bureaucracy is on the local level. You understand me? Those are locals. But socialism is a global economic system. Marxism is a global philosophical political system. So y'all have to understand this game and how and way this game is being played. Although Nancy Pelosi, Joe Biden, and all these people are religious, they are Catholic. Yet understand the church embrace these agendas of man. The church starting to push homosexuality through the scriptures. You understand me? By saying Jesus loved everybody and God say love one another. So you speculate and you assume that God say man can sleep with a man, a woman can sleep with a woman. You understand me? So what happens is that y'all become enemies to Yahweh God because of lack of understanding. Do you understand me? It is what it is. See, so understand conspiracy is the foundational structure to this war. Because man been conspiring this against God since the beginning. And man still conspire against God to this day. That is called politics. Let me go in the book Galatians 5 and 17 right quick. Galatians chapter 5 verse 17. For the flesh lusts against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh. These are contrary to one another, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. See, so you can't do because you have that divine spirit and you have a philosophical spirit, and they clash, and that's politics. Because you are in a debate, you are in a conflict. You understand me? You are in a war. Conspiracy again is the foundational structure to this war. And the death of these politicians like Lindsey Graham now and Martin Luther King, they are casualties to this war. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is, but no one understands that this war goes back. See, so man been against God since the beginning. This ain't nothing new. You understand me? Let me go into the book of Daniel, the 8th chapter, and I'm gonna start at 2. Daniel chapter 8, verse 2. Oh, I'm gonna start at 1. Daniel chapter 8, verse 1. No, not Shalaki, let me start at 3. Daniel chapter 8, verse 3. Then I lifted up my eyes, and I saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram, which had 2 horns, and the 2 horns were high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher came up last. Now, what he talking about that river? He talking about the Tigris and the Euphrates River. You understand me? It is what it is. What he talking about is that empire. That empire was known as Babylon, the Akkadians, the Babylonians, the Akkadians, the the Medes and the Persians. You understand me? Those 4 kingdoms represents religion. Those 4 kingdoms represents is what the Bible calls Babylon. Babylon is a religious governing system of man. You understand me? See, so conspiring against Yahweh God religiously is not nothing new, and to this day, they religiously go against Yahweh God, because Jesus don't exist. You understand me? Yeah, y'all keep pushing Jesus, and then the other people keep pushing Yeshua, Yoshua. That ain't nothing but Esau religion. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. See, so understand, he talking about that kingdom in the Tigris and the Euphrates River. You understand me? Before the flood, it was known as the Sumerians. After the flood, it's known as the Babylonians. Let's read verse 3 again. Then I lifted up my eyes and saw, and behold, there stood before the river a ram which had 2 horns, and the horn was high, but one was higher than the other, and the higher came up last. And what he talking about is the Persian and the Medes. See, the Medes was strong, but the Persian was stronger than the Medes. You understand me? The Medes conquered the Akkadians. The Akkadians conquered the Babylonians. You understand me? So yet that whole ram symbolizes religion. You understand me? It's what it is. Today we call it religion. Biblically, it is called Babylon. That whole region, geographical location, is what he's talking about. Verse 4. And I saw the ram push westward and northward and southward, so that no beast might stand before him. Neither was there any that could deliver out of his hand. But he did according to his will and became great. And when you go and watch that movie 300 with Xerxes, what happened? The Persians conquered. They conquered. They went through the north. They went through the south. They went towards the east conquering. That means all those small governments and all those small city and state governments, politically and militarily, they control. You understand me? The Persians controlled all that. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so no local government or military came up against the Persian Empire. Remember when dude was on the skull, the messenger of the Persian, he was riding to John Unitas, and then he was on a horse. He had that string with all the king heads on it, because those was the kings that came up against Xerxes. You understand me? And they got killed. They got slaughtered. You understand me? See, so the Bible is a political, historical book. It's not a religious book. You understand me? Jesus don't exist. Let's finish up. Verse 5. And I was considering, behold, and he, the goat, came from the west on the face of the whole earth, and touched not the ground. And the goat had a noble horn between his eyes. Now, that goat symbolizes the Greece, symbolizes the new kingdom. Goes back into the Greece, goes back into the Roman Empire, goes back into today what we know as countries. Because the Roman Empire was broken up into what we know as Eastern and Western Europe. And America got its independence out of England. You understand me? So Greece represents the modern day kingdoms. Now, the modern day kingdoms, politically, is what we call countries. Countries and kingdoms have the same political and Bible definition. You understand me? When cities and territories come together to form that state and its territories come together to form that country. Just like the 12 tribes of Israel. You have 12 tribes that form up the kingdom. The kingdom of Yahweh God is made up of 12 tribes. You understand me? The 12 tribes of Israel is the kingdom of Yahweh God. You understand me? See, so we're talking about the kingdom of Yahweh God, you're talking about the 12 tribes of Israel. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. And that horn he talking about is the Roman Empire. Because see, Zepho was the founder of the Roman Empire because he took on that title Romulus. See, Zepho was the great-grandson of Esau. You understand me? Because see, understand that Jupiter, Rome was promised to him. Rome was promised to him by Jupiter. You understand me? See, it goes back into planet worshiping. Do you understand me? Idolization. You understand me? See, so y'all really have to understand what y'all worshiping because y'all really don't. You understand me? So he talking about the Greeks. You understand me? Talking about the Greeks. Verse 6. And he came to the ram and had 2 horns, which had seen standing before the river, and the ram and ran unto him in a fury of power, meaning that they clashed, they went to war. Because when you go into history, they clashed. You understand me? It is what it is. Again, the Bible is a political, historical book. See, these are the things that y'all not taught. You understand me? Let's read verse 6 again. And he came to the ram that had 2 horns, and I seen, which I had seen standing before the river, and ran unto him in a fury of power. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with a choler against him, and smote the ram, and brake his 2 horns. And there was no power in the ram to stand before him, but he was cast down to the ground, and stepped upon him, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. And what he was talking about, the Persia and the Medes, because when you go back into the first Maccabees, Alexander and his 4 generals conquered the barbarian world. You understand me? So they conquered the Persian Empire. They conquered the Syrian Empire. You understand me? It is what it is. So he's talking about Greeks. He's talking about the Greeks, Alexander. Now what he talking about, Chola, basically is symbolic. Because what he talking about is philosophy. You understand me? Like Christ said, the Greeks seek wisdom. The Greeks seek philosophy. You understand me? See, so a lot of the doctrines stands from Aristotle. You understand me? It stands from the Greek and Roman philosophers. Do you understand me? See, y'all have to understand history. You understand me? All that wokeness is selective wokeness. It's philosophical. It's not divine wokeness. Because if you was divine wokeness, you would know the scriptures of Yahweh God. You would know biblical prophecy. You would understand what you worship. You would understand what this game is about. Do you understand me? So he's talking about philosophy. You understand me? Because the Greek seeks philosophy. You understand me? Philosophy and religion will broke the Roman Empire up. You understand me? Because see, you got 7 denominations of Christianity. And then it's broken into 3 branches. Christian, Catholicism, and Judaism. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is, but they all got philosophical views are different. You understand me? Because why? The church and the doctrines of religion today are based on philosophy. You understand me? And today, the New World Order is based on the philosophy of man. And the old order is based on religion, which is called Babylon biblically. You understand me? So the ram and the goat clash. You understand me? And that goat won. You understand? It is what it is. Let's read verse 7 again. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with a choler against him, and smote the ram and brake his 2 horns. Remember when Xerxes' arms met John Unitas, and what he said? Oh, you Greeks take pride in your logic. You understand me? Because see, the Greek live by wisdom. They seek wisdom. See, philosophy, they came in with philosophy around the what? I think what? Second, what, the first, second century, philosophy came in the play. You understand me? Because see, the Greeks, philosophy was out when Yahweh Shai was walking. You understand me? Because when he seen the Greeks enter Jerusalem, he already knew what the play was. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Verse 7. And I saw him come close unto the ram, and he was moved with his shoulder against him, and smote the ram, and brake his two horns. And there was no power in the ram to stand before him, but he was cast down to the ground and stamped upon, and there was none that could deliver the ram out of his hand. Therefore the goat waxed very great, and when he was strong, the great horn was broken, and for it came up four noble ones towards the four winds of heaven. And he talking about his four generals. And out of one of them came forth a little horn, which waxed exceedingly great towards the south, towards the east, and towards the pleasant land. And he talking about America. You understand me? Talking about America, because see, Europe, the Roman Empire was broken up into what we know in that Eastern and Western Europe. You understand me? America got its independence from England religiously. You understand me? The Constitution in America is built on religion. See, so religion, America is a religious country. And Madani, Kamala Harris, and the Democrats are socialists. They are philosophical believers. So they are against the religion. You understand me? That's how it plays with man and man. You understand me? Because man has a religious belief system, and that belief system is against the philosophical system of man. You understand me? That's why you got the Democrats and Republicans, conservative and Democrats. See, I break all this down in the videos. You understand me? And as I continue, we're going to break more down and get into more of these. You understand me? Talking about America, because the history repeats itself. You understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Verse 10. And it waxed great even to the host of heaven, and cast down some of the host of the stars to the ground, and stepped upon them. Yea, he magnified himself even to the prince of the host. And by him the daily sacrifice was taken away, and the place of his sanctuary was cast down. And the host was given him a daily sacrifice by reason of transgressions. And it cast down the truth to the ground, and practiced it, and proposed. Meaning that, talking about idolization. Because man worship the stars and the moon. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so understand that idolization goes back into religious ideology. Religious ideology is a conspire against Yahweh God, because you are conspiring against him by worshiping creation than the creator. You understand me? Y'all conspire against Yahweh God with the commandments of man through democracy, through philosophy. You understand me? To go against the laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh God. You understand me? See, so understand, this is not about skin color. You understand me? Now, again, conspiracy is an act of war, because philosophically and religiously, y'all go against Yahweh God. Politically, it's the Democrats and the Republicans, because the Republican represents religion. You understand me? And religion is the old world order, and philosophy, Marxism, is the new world order. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. Let me get Revelations. Let's start at 13. Revelations 13. Let me go down to verse 4. Revelations chapter 13, verse 4. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast. And they worshiped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? who's able to make war with him. Now, when he says the dragon, he's not talking about no Satan, Lucifer, because he don't exist. That's the physical nature. When he's talking about the dragon, he's talking about the governing system of man, the physical nature of man, because man was created in the 6th day. Do you understand me? That snake and that dragon, where the snake, Shalaki, the snake symbolized the physical nature of man. That dragon symbolized the governing system of man, a one-world governing system. That one-world governing system, that dragon is what we call Leviathan. I did a video about Leviathan. I do videos about this. I break all these down in all my videos. Do you understand me? Hey, it is what it is. And that beast is America. You understand me? It is what it is, because America is a beast that rose up out of the earth. You understand me? It got its independence from England. Do you understand me? So that dragon symbolizes a one world governing system of man. Do you understand me? And that snake symbolizes the physical nature of man. Yet at the end of the day, that snake, that dragon symbolizes the physical nature of man. That new world order of philosophy. That new world order of Marxism. Do you understand me? Verse 5. And there was given unto him to make a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against Yahweh, to blaspheme his name, the tabernacle, and them that dwell in the heavens. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. Power was given him over all kindreds, tongues, and nations. You understand me? It is what it is. See, so understand that we are coming to a politician that's going to get in the office. You understand me? And you can see the politicians now getting set. Because see, understand, World War III is getting ready to take place. You understand me? The downfall of Babylon is getting ready to take place. You understand me? Conspiracy theory is taking place because life is surrounded and politics is based on conspiracy. You understand me? The government conspired to put it into the politicians. Because when it comes time for this agendas and this political game, this is a war and you got casualties in this war. Do you understand me? See, so y'all have to learn to understand what y'all worshiping. You understand me? Let me go to the book of let's get 24, Matthew 24, let me get verse 24. Matthew 24, verse 24. For there shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. Meaning that religiously, we got people that's coming into power, and you can see these religious leaders coming into power now, running for office now, because the church is embracing these agendas of these politicians. You understand me? It is what it is. Martin Luther King, he came out of the church. He's a registered independent, yet Martin Luther King is a socialist. You understand me? See, so y'all really have to understand the way how this game is being played. Do you understand me? And learn to understand what y'all worship. Okay? Do you understand me? Now, globally, this game is what we know as red and blue. You understand me? Locally, Democrats and Republicans. You understand me? See, so you have to learn to understand what y'all voting for. You have to learn to understand what y'all worshiping, because conspiracy is a part of this game. It's a part of the physical nature of man, and every man practices conspiracy. So this game is not about skin color. Learn what you're watching.